Let me ask you something. If everything you're building disappeared from tomorrow and you had to start from zero with no experience, why would you still choose to be here? If from tomorrow, for any given reason, you find yourself in the position that you don't understand the compensation plan because you have never done network marketing before, and you're not certain that you're going to be compensated, and you don't know how you're going to be able to access that money from your country, would you even consider in starting sharing? And let me ask you one other thing. If you don't know nothing about recognition and how it feels, and maybe recognition is silent for a few years, are you going to still go out there and share David's mission and vision? I ask this because when I started, I didn't have any certainty. I didn't have certainty about product delivery. I didn't have certainty about language support. I didn't have certainty about the compensation plan and titles, ranks, incentives, and so on. The only thing I had certainty is why I chose to say yes. And in that moment, I said yes. I became that person that kept going even though any outcome was not guaranteed. And making that choice grounded me. I come from Romania, and what I want to share with you here today, it's not a story about success, it's a story about what happens before success is visible. So this is the reality we started in Romania a couple years ago, a country of 19 million people, from which millions living abroad because opportunity was missing, a basic average salary of 830 euros, even less when I started, and a pension of 260 euros after you have worked all your life. And not to say direct borders with Ukraine. And this really impacts buyers' behavior. And 80% from my team, including myself, we have not done network marketing before. So we didn't knew about commissions, we didn't knew if recognition is going to come, but something was much stronger than fear and doubt. And we said yes. Romania said yes without knowing exactly how we will benefit and how much it will impact our future. And very quickly, this stopped being about me and starting being about us. We didn't make calculations. We didn't wait for the certainty we have today that we are the fastest growing company in the world. And we chose to show up for people even if we didn't have any proof that it will work in our market. And from this place, starting with the first enrollment, we have built Romania to be the #1 country in the region in 2025. And it did not start it with a great system in the beginning. It started with a common why, a collective why that was not dependent on results. So I'm going to speak a little today about the golden circle, because it's a very important concept. We're going to discover it together. And I know that every single person knows what they do. And some people know how they do it, but very, very few people know why they do why they do. So I really think that the reason it's not because they don't really know, it's just they don't use it very often. They are not very grounded in their center, in their why. And we tend to do something, we default to how and what. So most of the people, the way they communicate, act, and think, it's from the outside in. They start with what, how, and why. Grounded people and grounded leaders, they do the opposite. They start with why, and they are very, very centered in that. And not only this, when we do it this way, this is the way we build trust, this is the way people stay, and this is the way uncertainty survives. So how do we apply the golden circle to our business and our daily lives? Because this extends, if we learn how to use this concept, it extends beyond our business. So we're going to be able to communicate better with our families, and we're going to have a lot of other benefits. So let's find out together how we can apply it to the products. When we speak about the products, what it actually explains what the product is doing. So it's phototherapy, it works with the body's own light, it's a very basic surface level of what the product is doing. How? We all know this, it's patented, it works with the body's own light, you apply it here and here, you don't need to be an expert, you're gonna get guided, you're gonna get brochures, and you know exactly where to place it. But this is where the magic happens. Why? So why is not a fact, it doesn't explain the difference. Why is about belief, is about the choice. I chose this product because I believe in my body's own intelligence. And you don't have to believe it works to start, because this is not about believing in the product, this is about you respecting your body and supporting your body to do what it's supposed to do naturally. So in that instant, you flip it and you start inspiring and transferring belief. And from this point, you build with what and how. So you're going to have much better results than going out there and saying, I have some photobiomodulation for you, because people are not going to be able to connect. Let's extend this to our business, because lots of us, they are building an opportunity directly with the business, so they don't necessarily go with the product. So it's the same. What explains the structures of the business is a partner-based model around a unique product, and it's very easy. How? Of course, it's the system, and I know you're very familiar here with connect with tree, follow up with tree, invite tree, show up at events, share this link, share a script from your upline. If you get this objection, you're saying this. And again, we need all three of them, but the magic happens when we lead from the center. So when it comes to the business, why explains the commitment. And it's the same, it's very important. It's about, the key here is I believe. I chose this business because I believe I deserve options. And I'm sharing it because I believe you deserve it too. Because I believe people deserve option and deserves freedom. So you see, by making just a small change, it could make all the difference in the world. And people don't stop believing because the business it's not working, your system is not good enough. They stop believing when they turn their why into a calculation. How much will I make? How long it will take? So maybe I have not convinced you yet and sold you yet to this concept. You can search it online. It's, I think, Simon Sinek that did this golden circle, and it's quite interesting to see how it works and understand in depth. And maybe you're going to say, I have a strong system, and the systems, of course, are important. Or I have read all the clinical studies. But I want to give you 2 real-life examples. Think about Nokia. They had a strong product. They had resources. They had market leadership. And they failed, not because the product was not amazing. They failed because they stopped inspiring belief. Execution stayed strong, but meaning didn't. So let's put that in contrast with Nelson Mandela. This is 27 years, no audience, no reassurance. His why didn't shrink. His why didn't become reactive. His why was not about freedom if I win. His why was about dignity, reconciliation, and a future far bigger than himself. And it was not dependent on results. So, if you're struggling now and you have not figured it out, I want you to think, I'm part of something bigger, and my why matters even if nobody sees it. Because this is not about countries, religions, systems, titles, and so on. This is about what we can become if we stay grounded in our why together. Think about of how much was built before we had any certainty. How much was endured before we have any proof and everything that we take for granted today in this business. And the only difference was alignment. And alignment is available to every brand partner, every team, every country, every region in LifeWave. And I think at this point, we just need one why, and we need it today more than ever. And if something is stopping us for having one why, we need to dissolve it here and now. Because this is far bigger than ourselves. If the goal is to reach 1 billion homes, we need one why. And I strongly believe in my heart that if we come together as leaders and we stay grounded here, we don't need certainty that we're going to reach 1 billion homes and beyond, because we become certainty. Thank you so much.